Yo! Peace to the God, glory to God, holy, 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 thou art God. iGGON is high, iGGON is fly, God is live! Man, we hypey right now, man. I don't know what to say. Yo. Man, you guys, it's been a minute and it's been so wild. Let me calm down because people are asleep and it's like let me see, it's 11:22, 11:23. Yep, yes, sir. We here now, baby. You know what I'm saying? I had to show y'all the drip before I put the hoodie on, but yo, let me put this hoodie on because it's kind of cold in here. Sister got the house, you know, sister, she got the house a little bit chilly, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I am feeling good, y'all. I'm happy to be back in the place to be, y'all, because I've been meaning to, you know, do more Dragon Ball Z videos, but I'm gonna get to them. But for right now, ladies and gentlemen, this has got me hyped. I was just on YouTube. I mean, I was just on Tubi, right? And I was just, you know, watching all the Unsung videos, right? Here we are. You know what I'm saying? I got a little beach stains, but it's all right. This is my little, you know, this is my little dirty, it's my little dirty hoodie, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's all good. It's got bleach stains on it. It's all good. Y'all need to know everything. Y'all need to know everything. What's up, y'all? Oh, my goodness. As y'all can see, I still got the bandages on. But never mind that. But hey, man, I was just on Tubi and I was just, you know, watching, you know, Unsung videos and everything. So I just had to pull up on y'all. And I just found a new documentary. At least it's new to me. Okay. So this will be my favorite and my most infamous reaction of to date, called the EFX docu-series. The EFX documentary. This the EFX documentary of Unsung. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up this video, you know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna take a little bit longer to, you know, it's gonna a little bit longer to, you know, get just to the fact. But you know, I was just so thank God I had this, you know, video. Thank God I had this video saved up in my watch later, because I definitely was gonna watch this later though. So, you know, I've been, you know, saying I just been, you know, like zoning out and then, you know what I'm saying? But for some reason I turned on the TV and I switched to I turned on the TV and I switched to, you know, like Tubi, and I started wanting to, you know, see about, you know, other, you know, unsung, you know, artists that, you know, that have gotten their chance but haven't gotten their chance and they fell off, or, you know, whatever, and this and that, forth or whatever. But wow, I was like, okay. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted y'all to see the drip fresh. You know what I'm saying? I got the red do-rag, and the red t-shirt, red pants. I look like a straight up blood, but I don't be repping that. But hey, y'all, we here. So let's get on to today's episode, man. Oh, yes, I will be doing more videos in the long run, but we'll get on to that a little bit later. So yeah. Let's get it. Let's get on to it.
So that's where it started, huh?
Yep.
The first contest that we ever did. This is it. This is where we did it. We was in it to win it. Let's go check it out.
That's sweet.
Yep. So here it is. This was our first ever show, ever on the stage together right here. It was the Delta Star Search, which we won. You know, for us now, we're more comfortable on stage than we are off stage.
If you were to fill this stage at this place up right now, us on this stage, we'd kill it.
EFX is going down as one of the greatest rap groups of all time.
EFX sound was unprecedented. It was nothing that we never heard before.
Put riggedy in front of it, or jiggity, or tiggity, and nobody was doing that.
They were rapping about cartoons, Bugs Bunny, Woody Woodpecker, just all of these things into rhymes, and made it make sense.
I savage. I shake them up and down like the Dow Jones average. I'm cocky like Rocky. I biggity bangs the best. So tiggity tell your friend Tom, cause here comes that's a fact. Yeah.
They had dreadlocks. They would wear the mask and the Timbs and the big 40 belows.
I biggity bricks the bunker, the rough Densely cruncher, word to arch bunker. So give me the mic and I'm making light it up like Uncle Fester. Microphone checker, 1, 2, checker. Oh yes sir.
When you're dealing with a dude that throws wordplay back and forth, DOS effects was more multi-complicated at a faster speed.
Imagine being able to build anything.
Sorry about that. We don't do ads on this show. I'm sorry. We do not do ads. Please forgive me, y'all.
They're like hand in glove. You can't have one without the other.
They loved hip hop. They loved rap. They loved what they did. They just kind of became a victim of circumstance.
Our generals had a problem with each other, and we just got caught in the middle of a song.
There was fractions now within the clique.
They were forced to rap over joints that weren't DOS Effect style.
Then you start sliding down that rabbit hole of, am I selling out?
When he went to Atlanta, that really was a divide between us. Now, actually for a few years, we probably didn't speak to each other.
I didn't call him. I didn't check on him. He didn't call me, check on me. And guess what? I was just fine with it.
Unsung, the story of DOS effects.
Wow, Virginia State, yeah. This brings back a lot of memories right here.
I used to have a chain like this. You know what I'm saying? But it was gold now. There was a lot of action happening over here, bro.
We used to come to a lot of gym jams and hit. Ain't this the gym over here now?
Come on in.
Oh!
Ta-da. This is when I was in the circle.
I had no idea that these guys were from Virginia. I had no idea about that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We're taking you from the beginning. It was a clique of us. So we would just come into the joint, into the gym jams, and when me and Dre, it would just be us just rhyming.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, we didn't have a name. It wasn't DOS effects. It wasn't none of that. It was just, I'm from Jersey, from Brooklyn, and we rhyme. You know what I mean? Yeah, just pull that.
I was born in Brooklyn, New York, Bushwick Projects, and then my family moved over to Crown Heights. I'm a junior, so my pops was Willie Hines Sr., and my mom's name was Annie Hines. My pops, he worked at a Coca-Cola plant, so he was a factory worker. My mother, she was mostly at-home babysitter. I'm the youngest of three. Ever since I was a child, everybody in my family called me Scooby.
School was like real smart, hip. He had all the latest clothes, everything. His finger was on the pulse with the music.
My pop's brother, he was a DJ. He was old school, like he's doing Isley Brothers and the OJs. And so I'm looking at records like that. So when hip hop came along and the whole scratching thing came along, I used to try to teach myself how to scratch with the volume button, right, on the record player, scratching the record, if you could imagine that. So that right there kind of led me into, okay, let me see if I could kind of play with this little rap thing.
In high school, he played me a cassette. Not only was he rhyming, he had like decent production. He had a drum machine, he had an organ, and he was laying down the vocals. And I was really impressed because I was like, yo, how are you making songs in your house without having like a real studio?
School would use a lot of big words in his rhymes. His flow would be real technical, and he was just into it.
I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, St. Andrews, back in 1970. I grew up in Jamaica till about maybe...
Scoob's name backwards is actually Books. And Dre's name backwards is actually Yard.
I was 10 years old.
His name backwards is Yard. That's crazy.
My parents decided to come to the States because they were chasing the American dream.
Cars, money. And I said to my son, yo, that's where we're going, man. And he's like, I don't want to go to America. And I'm like, yes, you're going to America. When we first came here, we lived in Union City, New Jersey, and we stayed there for a while until we moved to Teaneck, New Jersey.
My mom came up and she was a housekeeper. My pops was a watchmaker. I have a younger sister. She came along 13 years after me.
He was very friendly. He was always entertaining. He never missed an opportunity where he could be on stage doing his singing.
In high school, I started beatboxing, you know, writing rhymes in my notebook, you know, checking them out, you know, and unbeknownst to me at that time, my father would find my notebook, my pops, and he would go through.
I used to produce reggae music. And then when I realized my son wanted to rap, and I said, all right, let me see what you got. And I listened, and I'm like, you're not gonna make it. But it progressed.
What did the... Sorry, we don't do ads. I'm sorry, but shouts to the creator of this video, though.
When I went to college, when I went to Virginia State is when I met Scoob. We were both English majors. He was more serious at the time about music than me. He kind of inspired me to say, you know what, let me see what's what. It was an English. We had either 1 or 2 classes together.
That's what I just said. It was like 1 or 2 probably.
Yeah. I'd be like, yo, this dude is always late. And then I met him and we started rhyming, and then I was coming in late with him. I was coming in late. My freshman year, I met him shortly after I got there. One night, randomly, we went to a party. You know, it was one of those things where the beat's playing, you in the party, everybody's rocking, everybody's jamming. So school by, he's rhyming.
This one record came on.
We went to a party. You know, it was one of those things where the beat's playing, you in the party, everybody's rocking, everybody's jamming. So Scuba's nearby, he's rhyming.
This one record came on. I start rhyming. The same record is on. On the other side is Dre.
I just started rhyming after Scoop finished, and then Scoop started rhyming again.
It kind of started with Scoop battling Dre. It was really like Dre style versus Scoop style.
So my guy's in the middle like, come on, man, you gotta be kidding me. Yo, listen, yo, Scoop, this is Dre. Dre, this is Scoop.
Without us knowing it, DOS Effects was born right there, you know?
When they came up with DOS Effects, it was Dre in school, but the last 3 letters was Ima Bufo Funde Zika Nayoka. It's he.
Oh.
They're in the same room interviewing each other. That's crazy.
When they came up with DOS Effects, it was Dre in school, but the last 3 letters was Ima Bufo Funde Zika Nayoka. It's Swahili. That's what they ran with. When they came up with DOS Effects, it was Dre in school, but the last 3 letters was Ima Bufo Funde Zika Nayoka. But the last 3 letters was Ima Bufo Funde Zika Nayoka. It's Swahili. That's what they ran with when we were on campus.
Dre is very outgoing. School was very laid back, night and day.
As students, they were smart guys. They could do the work. It was easy. But once the music passion kicked in, it was more so about the music than about school.
Let me tell you, I had a 1.9 after my first semester. A 1.9. I don't know if I'll put that. I'm Jamaican. So I went home and my mother was like,
unhappy with the 1.9.
I think I brought it up to a 2.7.
In 1989, they teamed up with Scoop's friends from Brooklyn, Chris, Derek, and Dex, who helped them record a demo.
Dex has an entire studio in his bedroom. We was all dabbling in the house, just auditioning samples. He's scratching it, and Dex is working. But finally, Dex loops up Blind Alley, and it's a very popular sample. They went back to school with Type of Hands.
Thank you for not.
A few months later,
playing.
DOS Effects debuted Clap Your Hands in a contest. They were competing for $100, and with Paris Smith and Eric Sermon of EPMD as judges.
This is EPMD. They're coming off 2-3 consecutive gold albums. These guys are...
By the way, copyrights, you know what I'm saying? You can't be playing their music, you know what I'm saying, unless they get their royalties. Because, you know, everything that they do and everything that they play, they have their publishers and they have their royalties. So
huge coming from Virginia State, going to Richmond, like they felt like outsiders. When they took the stage, the place exploded. They love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, you too.
It came on and we was like, yo, what is that? You know what I'm saying? So immediately, we knew that it was something special.
Just that camaraderie and their chemistry. They rolled in like real smooth. And then it came to, okay, who won the battle? There was about 3 cats in there that was super nice. So kind of made a compromise. And the compromise was to let the second runner-up catch up with Dre and School backstage and ask them like, hey, listen, you didn't win this, but would you like to win a record contract?
He was like, I think it was behind door number 2, right? Let's go with the record deal.
Eric and Parrish, they knew enough that, yo, this could change hip-hop.
We literally did this room. A year later, we were doing arenas.
Style was so incredibly different than what we were listening to around the time. How do you?
If I were to break down the effects, Drats and Double Drats, let's smack some wigs, kids, right? So that means Drats and Double Drats, I'm pissed. You know the cartoon, Drats, I'm pissed.
Right.
Let's smack some wigs, kids, I'm gonna smack somebody. The Boogie Woogie Boogie Boy's about to get his dig, right? And I'm gonna just throw you off real quick.
Imagine if Scoop's name came first. I was just thinking, imagine if Scoop's name came first. It would be Sad Effects, not Daz Effects. SAD, oh, we're all sad about the effects. Sad Effects. We're not sad. We're not sad. We're just Daz. Daz backwards. Okay.
Won't make you smile. Ha, right? Just want to make you laugh at that real quick. The jibbity jabber jaw, I'm jabbing at your funny bone. You're still laughing. Skip the Ovaltine. I'd rather have my honeycomb. Who liked Ovaltine back in the day?
Right.
We just wanted to do it.
We could come out and say, oh, I'm better than you. I sound better than you. My raps are slicker than you. That's easy, you know, but it's better to say, you know, I'm tickety slick like, you know, a can of oil. And you know what I'm saying? It's easier. It's better. It feels better than to use stuff.
Something different.
Like,
none of the artists that we listened to that we liked.
Right. We're doing
the average things.
Word. I always thought that. I'm so sorry, y'all. We don't do ads. I'm so sorry. They go copyright stricken me off of this stuff alone. Y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me. I really don't like this stuff. I really don't like these ads. I may have to refresh this computer. I may have to refresh this page though. See something. Okay.
None of the artists that we listened to that we liked.
Right. We're doing
the average things.
A month after the success of their debut single, DOS Effects released their album Dead Serious that topped the hip-hop charts for 5 weeks. And just like that, in 1992, DOS Effects went from college dropouts to superstars.
The album comes out, it's doing what it does. We're becoming successful, right? We got a little change in our pockets.
Literally a year ago, didn't have no money. And the next year, I'm literally $100 bill burning it like, yo, we got money.
They bought cars, rims for their cars, and they had the crib in Long Island. You know what I mean? And they bought all the weed they wanted.
When that record dropped in New York, it was a zoo. I was at the album release party, and I remember at the end of the night having to carry Dre's out of the party from being so drunk and just having so much fun.
The Hit Squad tour, I had a whole real sewer bill. So when you came to Hit Squad tour and you looked at that stage, you seen a real sewer with smoke, green lights, and water trekking through there. And then DOS Effects opened the gate, so you come out, and then boom.
Fans were screaming. I mean, we're doing stadiums, we're doing big arenas. Scoob is damn near a sex symbol.
When we were on tour, it was like everybody had their own synergy. Reggie was more known for the outlandish, you know, I was more or less more criminal jail, you know, and EPMD was slow funk. And here comes DOS Effects with this poppity, sporadic. It was definitely original, man.
We never practiced. So basically our practice was once we first time hitting that stage.
And DOS Effects stuck with that energy for their next single, Mic Checker, that was produced by their core production team, friends Derek and Chris, who were producers on their college demos and were now officially known as Solid Scheme.
When Microphone Checker dropped, that was the hardest ever. That actually put Chris and D, Solid Scheme, to become their own entity aside from DOS Effects.
It was just a loop and some drums. Chris put a bass line on it and turned the volume up. And he was like, microphone check, microphone checker, microphone check. I'm like, wait, yeah, that's good, bro.
This was another banger. It was like, yo.
I went on there, they turned the volume up, and he was like, microphone check, microphone checker, microphone check. I'm like, wait, yeah, that's the hook, bro.
This was another banger. It was like, yo. This was like, to some people, they like Mike Checker better than EFX.
That video was done in Central Park, 24-hour shoot, okay, with alligators and everything. Like, we was really in the Central Park sewer.
In the summer of 1992, Mike Checker gave Das EFX their second #1, followed by another top 5 single, Straight Out the Sewer, months later, helping to secure platinum sales for their debut album.
They were following the same pattern as us, only for their generation and underground, and they took it a little further.
Be able to travel the world with some brothers that you love and intertwine doing the same thing, and thankful for hip-hop to be able to allow that, blessed thing.
But off the stage, friction was brewing between EPMD, leading Eric Sermon, and Parrish Smith to break up in 1992.
We're just gonna cut to the chase. You know, Eric and Parrish had their little issues with each other. Whatever issues were going on, it was way prior.
I just want to say something. Real quick. I always did like the story of EPMD, how they came upon, like doing house shows and parties and stuff, growing up on the blocks, and saying just wanting to be MCs and music producers and whatnot. I was always into and invested in the story of EPMD, even long before they broke up. Even long before they broke up, when they got back together, it brought tears to my eye. It brought joy to me, because this is the group that started making their breakout. I think it was 85 or 86 or something like that. But man, I always did like EPMD. They always brought the funk. I always still listen to You Guys to Chill on my Amazon, on my Alexa app on Amazon. Yeah, I was always invested. I was always heavily influenced by EPMD. So yeah, I just want to state that.
And we just got caught in the middle of a storm.
We're like, what? No more EPMD. It was almost like an April Fool's joke we were hoping it was going to be.
And now nobody knows where nobody's going, and what's the plans, what's going to happen to everybody. So it did kind of tear people up.
Lines had kind of been drawn. I noticed, okay, yeah, seemed like Eric and Red are really cool like that. And Solo and Parrish, they seem more cool like that. Okay, and then I'm like, so where do we land in all this?
We just kind of became a victim of circumstance, and that circumstance being whatever that paperwork was between Eric and Parrish.
The deal was, I give you Red Man, like that, and then we'll go half with Das EFX, because I already got K-Solo.
He had 60%, I had 40% of Das EFX. When EPMD broke up, I sold my 40% back to Parrish.
When the Hit Squad split up, all that momentum that was gained, it was now lost.
In 1993, the crew that helped launch Das EFX to stardom was now split into 2 rival groups.
The Hit Squad separated. Pete got the Hit Squad title, and then Eric started the Death Squad.
Well, everybody was heartbroken, when EPMD broke up. But once Eric resurfaced and formed Death Squad, the entourages were getting in each other's ears on some choosing sides. We're not rocking with them, they're not rocking with me, that type of.
Redman, before he dropped, he DJ for us for a minute. We used to all just hang out and just bug out. Now, the Das Redman, relationship is it's just over on 2 separate sides.
Hit Squad, they waiting for a beef or battle or something like that, but nothing ever popped off anything like that.
Despite the Hit Squad separation, Das EFX remained at the
No, except for some people ran to Parrish's house. The word on the street was Eric paid some guys to rent up in Parrish's house at that time to get his royalties, to get some money or whatever, but it was just rumors. But nah, that's not what happened. I don't believe that for 1 second.
Top of their game. By 1993, their debut had gone platinum, and to add to that, popular West Coast rapper Ice Cube enlisted the duo's Iggity flow on his single called Check Yourself, that also went platinum later that year.
I was under disbelief. Ice Cube.
And to add to that, popular West Coast rapper Ice Cube enlisted the duo's Iggity flow on his single called Check Yourself, that also went platinum later that year.
I was under disbelief. Like, Ice Cube? Like, really? We got East and West together? That was pretty dope. We began to evolve. We could sit back and let the people who respect us in hip-hop, who wanted to work with us, rock with us.
And with the success, East West ordered a rush on their next album. And by now, Das EFX was ready to switch up the flow.
The second album, we were tired of Iggity. We were like, man, I'm Iggity. I've been doing that stuff for 3 years now.
And besides that, it was a lot of copycats.
And then they were copying us. So that made it easy for us to really drop it. Like I had that, we good on that, you know.
I had to tell him, like, yo, like, it doesn't matter who bit your style. Everybody know who started it. Go back to doing your original style. And Jay-Z was just like, nah. Talk to school, same thing. And I'm a DJ, you know what I mean? I'm playing records in the club. I'm like, you got to do that. And they didn't want to do it.
If you listen to the second album, there is not one reference of the Iggity on the second album at all.
For the album's first release, Das EFX debuted their new style on another solid scheme production called Freak It.
Thank God for royalties. Thank God for royalties. Please.
A lot of people taking jabs at DOS. Yo, they gimmicky rappers. They wanted to prove to the world that they can rhyme without the Iggity.
That Iggity is a cadence, right? But it's not the crutch of their style. They're still MCs. They can rhyme.
They were really competing with like Wu-Tang, with Onyx, with the lyricist that was coming out then.
Thank you. Royalties.
There's a certain energy to
royalties.
Royalties. The crowd.
Royalties.
Start jumping. That's definitely a banger and awesome.
Freak It became a top 10 hit.
Yo, we're rebelling. We're not using the Iggity anymore.
Come on.
My idea on the third album was to kind of change it up just a little bit. I wanted to bring in some of my favorite producers and some of Dre's favorites. So we ended up working with Primo. We ended up working with Easy Mo B. There's just a bunch of talented dudes, man.
Real Hip Hop gave them
We ended up working with Easy Mo B. There's just a bunch of talented dudes, man.
Real Hip Hop gave them another top 10 hit.
Yeah, the remix was a banger too. You know, and at that time, Pete Rock was the remix king.
You calling on Pete Rock to do a remix, you know, I'm gonna put my foot in, you know what I'm saying? And so that was the fun part of hip hop.
Real Hip Hop gave them another top 10 hit.
Yeah, the remix was a banger too. You know, and at that time, Pete Rock was the remix king.
You calling on Pete Rock to do a remix, you know, I'm gonna put my foot in, you know what I'm saying?
It was a banger.
Just a bunch of talented dudes, man.
Real Hip Hop gave them another top 10 hit.
Yeah, the remix was a banger too. You know, and at that time, Pete Rock was the remix king.
You calling on Pete Rock to do a remix, you know, I'm gonna put my foot in, you know what I'm saying? And so that was the fun part of hip hop.
That was some real hip hop, like some good street noise.
But the label was looking for more.
They were forced to rap over joints that weren't Das EFX style.
Then you start sliding down that rabbit hole of, am I selling out?
There was a lot of tension. Where we were going was just nowhere fast.
March 9, 2001, got a phone call that Chris had passed away, and I was shocked. What happened was Chris had died of a massive heart attack randomly at 31 years old. Yeah, it was one of the worst days ever of my life.
We lost our guy, man. We got to put our guy in the ground, you know? So that was a devastating time for us.
They came up in it together like that with us. So for us, we lost one of our members, you know, an important piece. Losing Chris was a big blow to the group, without question.
In 1995, the Hold It Down album reached number 4 on the charts and featured a roster of rap. In 1995, the Hold It Down album.
Who could you rap? 4, 5, 6. Could you rap? You number 1. Okay. Let's see, Prince. The artist formerly known as Prince. Yes, it's simple. His symbol is his name now. The Gold Experience. Okay, that's Prince. Man, Off the Hood, Escape. The show, soundtrack. Faith Evans, Faith. Oh man, oh my God, both of us are harmony, man. It came out with East 1999, Eternal. That record, man. What else was it?
In 1995, the Hold It.
Let's see. RBX Files. RBX Files. Conspiracy. Dream. Screw Dream. My favorite. Let me see. Dangerous Minds. Dangerous. What movie is the show? What movie is the show? The show soundtrack. I don't know what that is, but I was in something. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of Coogee Rap, man. Coogee Rap, man. Originator of gangster rap.
Down album reached number 4 on the charts and featured a roster of rap standouts that stamped Das EFX within the hip-hop community. And as they headed into their next album, by now, East West had merged with Elektra Records, who was looking to expand their reach and re-spark their debut platinum success.
At this point, the label, they want to capture the whole They Want EFX feel. I can't tell you, we weren't happy about it.
We need the Iggity. We need the Iggity. Everybody loved the Iggity. Label, everybody made money off the Iggity.
Yeah.
You go anywhere and ask them what their favorite album is, Hold Down. period, even more than dead serious. So we were trying to continue with that vibe. I think they were expecting something a little more commercial than that, and we just weren't on that page.
Scoob was pushback king, you know what I'm saying? He started, sneak this in the label heads and the rhymes that we're doing. I'm like, Scoob, you sure you want to say that?
There was a lot of tension. So my only way to, get your attention, maybe, possibly, is to put it in a rhyme and take it how you want to take it, because I was angry. Whoever felt like they got touched by that, then that's why I directed it to.
Then you start sliding down that rabbit hole of, am I selling out? Then you lose some of who you are as an artist.
Dre, myself, Parrish, we should have been all together as one, and then went to the label with that. Not us feeling one way, Parrish feeling one way, the label feeling one way, and it's just all over the place now.
Ultimately, that disconnect led Elektra Records to drop Das EFX in 1998.
After the Generation Effects record, that was the last record that we did with them. I was kind of relieved, honestly, because where we were going was just nowhere fast.
We severed ways, management with Parrish and the whole Hit Squad thing. Around the same time, we lost our deal.
Queen Latifah threw us some money, man. They had a deal, I think, through Warner Brothers, I think in 99.
Around the same time, we lost our deal.
Queen Latifah threw us some money, man. They had a deal, I think, through Warner Brothers, I think in 99. We were supposed to put out an album under that imprint.
Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much, Queen. Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah. It's Queen Latifah. You know what I'm talking about? Queen Latifah. Thank you so much for keeping it thorough. Thank you so much for keeping it real. We cannot express our love and our admiration for Queen Latifah. Thank you for keeping it thorough. Thank you for keeping it. Thank you for keeping it you. Okay, how about that?
And whatever happened within a year, they lost the imprint. So from there, we never put out an album from them.
So we're like, yo, man, we don't need no record label. Oh, man, I'm going independent. But when you're independent, you independent. So we got smacked in the face with that, too. So you mean it's going to run me about $400,000 to do the album on my own?
It was a reality check. Sort of turn ways, not a weight that they had to shoulder.
And Das EFX would soon succumb to the heavy load. After releasing their 5th album in 2003, Scoob and Dre decided it was time to take a break from the music and each other.
Yo, man, when you come up with somebody and you are sharing a bunk bed for 6 months, you've been on tour together, you've been around the world together, at some point, you just need a break from that person. You know what I'm saying? I moved to Atlanta in 2004. I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna cut my dreads. I'm gonna just go try and be anonymous and find another situation.
So when he went to Atlanta, that really was a divide between us. Actually, for a few years, we probably didn't speak to each other, just for no specific reason, but we just weren't in contact.
I didn't call him. I didn't check on him. He didn't call me, check on me. And guess what? I was just fine with it.
Throughout the 90s and early 2000s, Das EFX's animated style and flow brought a fresh sound to hip-hop, resulting in platinum success and multiple top 10 hits. But by 2006, aside from a Hit Squad reunion show, the members of Das EFX were living separate lives.
I just think people grow up. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. You fight with your brother, but do you hate your brother? No.
I had started doing songs with different producers. I did music like with my guy, Marco Polo. Dream, I think at that point, he had released some music.
You want to try new things, you find out, you don't even know yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yo, man, I just spent the last 20 years in hotel rooms and tour buses. I should probably take a break and chill. It's that simple.
But in 2010, after nearly 5 years apart, DJ Dice made a call that he hoped would bring that break to an end.
I remember him reaching out to me, like somebody wanted to book Dice. And I was like, what? Me and Dre performing? So Dice was just adamant about us getting back and doing what we do. So obviously, Dre and I spoke, and then we got to kick it after, a couple years.
We've grown. I'm not on the phone with school, like chopping it up like two schoolgirls. We don't do that. But we got back together and just started like, all right, man, let's do these shows. And pretty much haven't looked back since. Schoolgirls, we don't do that. But we got back.
New York Brooklyn shirt. A New York Brooklyn shirt. A New York Brooklyn Nets shirt. That's crazy. Instead it says Boogie Bang. Boogie Bang. Boogie Bang. Oh, Boogie Bang. Boogie Bang. It says Boogie Bang. I thought it said Boogie. I thought it said Boogie. It says Boogie. I'm sorry.
Together and just started like, all right, man, let's do these shows. And pretty much haven't looked back since.
Over the last 15 years, Das EFX has been able to maintain a steady touring career, thanks to a cult following overseas.
If you're just stuck in right here in America, they respect, the work that Das put in. But some people just dismiss them like, they fell off. They wouldn't have no idea. We out there rocking arenas and stadiums. We've been like damn near everywhere, like all over Russia, all over Europe, all over South America, Canada, Japan, you name it. And we're still representing real hip hop.
And in 2021, Das EFX brought that energy to the biggest arena in Brooklyn as the surprise act during KRS-One's battle against Big Daddy Kane on Versus.
But it was a great look for Das EFX to be on it. Like, Versus is the new biggest thing right now. If I would have known that they were going to be on there, I would have told them, y'all don't make a record right now to drop at midnight when Versus is over.
Let the fans tell it they want a new album 10 years ago. You understand? Our last album was 2003. So me and School, we always toying with the idea, yo, we need a new album. Even if it's just 2003. So me and School, we always toying with the idea, yo, we need a new album.
Even if it's just 4 or 5 songs. For them to just lock in one more time and take it back to what it's all about. Just get in the studio. That's where it all started.
With over 30 years of friendship in music, today, Scoob and Dre have found their stride, together and separate.
So Das EFX currently still touring. On my end, I'm working on the cigar line and some other music things as far as dealing with artists.
On this your man Crazy to the Dre, Diggity Das EFX. Hey yo, today I got a special one. I got a special one for a couple of reasons. I started the Producers Podcast just to sit down with some of these producers who've done mega records that no one knows. And also I want to shine light on producers who are on the come up. So I got a new weed line out, so that's gone up.
The legacy of Das EFX is going down as one of the greatest rap groups of all time.
It disrupted the music industry. Nothing you could do about it. That niggity was something that changed the landscape for that moment. Period.
One of the best duos that ever touched the mic in hip-hop. The first hip-hop group with the Iggity, the first group in the hip-hop with the dredge, groundbreaking, the style. Everything about Das EFX is one of one, man. Style, everything about Das EFX is pop. The first hip-hop group with the Iggity, the first group in the hip-hop with the dredge, groundbreaking, the style. Everything about Das EFX is one of one, man.
For me, the legacy will be of Das EFX, two guys that came out of nowhere, met out of nowhere.
Oh my God.
Developed a style. And you know, for a moment in time, we changed the way people saw and made hip hop.
That's just about it. I'm gonna cut it short. I'm gonna cut it short here because this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy work, man. I love y'all out there, man. This is crazy, man. I can't believe how good that documentary was. I can't believe how good the documentary was, you guys. But man, let me back this thing on that. Back it up. Okay, man, that's EFX, man. What can I say? Oh man, listen, you guys. I have any plans or anything? I just wanted to come in and share my thoughts and share my life with you guys, and hopefully I can get back to I was just getting ready to do what I came to do, and what I came to do was sit and tell y'all and show y'all some love. All right, I had to. It's crazy, man. That is crazy. I just placed the order. It's crazy. I just placed the order. Did they hit something? That's crazy, man. Got love for this. Y'all let me know what kind of reactions y'all want me. Y'all let me know what kind of reactions y'all want me to do, saying thus far. So we signed off right now, and I just want to tell y'all that I love y'all out there, man. Y'all keep it one with your family. Y'all keep it illmatic. Still keep it holy. Keep it holy. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it like that. I ain't trying to make up no words right now. I ain't trying to do what Das EFX are. You just got to try to come with the Iggity flow, the Iggity style and stuff right now. I just want to tell y'all like this though, man. I will be, doing more videos, I will be dropping some more Dragon Ball Z. I will be dropping some more Sword Art Online. The last week collection, we're gonna still keep continuing on and on to that story. We're still going to keep continuing on to that stories. And let me see. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna bring back my AEW Fight Forever, episodes. We're gonna keep on doing AEWs. You feel me? And then we're gonna keep on dropping, more videos and everything. So oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff, man. Let me see, like Madden, let me see, college football 25, College football 25. Yeah, that sounds a little bit right. That says a little bit. All right, y'all. This is your man, Levi Hagamontai, on Cosmo 1000 Radio Channel. Signing off. Telling y'all, keep it one. Peace and blessings. We out. Peace and blessings. Piccolo!